Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we will discuss the anatomy of the nose and paranasal sinuses. The nose consists of the external nose and the nasal cavity. Both are divided by a septum into right and left halves. You can see this is the external of the nose, and inside the nose we have two cavities, one on the right side, the other is on the left side. Both the cavities they are separated by a midline partition, and that is the nasal septum. External nose, the feature of the external nose you can see, this is the dorsum of the nose, and on each side of the dorsum of the nose, this is known as the ella of the nose. This is the tip of the nose. The area between the nose and the upper lip, you can see this one. This is known as the philtrum of the nose, and this is the nares, or the entrance into the nasal cavity. This is the root of the nose. Again, this is the bridge. This is the dorsum, and that is the nasofacial angle. Ella of the nose, philtrum. This one is the nasal septum, which divide this nose into the right and left nasal cavities. The framework of the external nose is made up by bony alveolus cartilaginous part. So the upper part is bony, and this bone is the nasal bone, and also the frontal process of the maxilla and the nasal part of the frontal bone. So this is the bony part of the nose. The cartilaginous part of the nose forms the lower part of this framework, and these cartilages they are uh, they are hyaline cartilages, and that these cartilages they are lateral cartilage, septal cartilage, lesser alar cartilage, greater alar cartilages. So this is the cartilaginous framework of the nose. So basically the external nose, the nose which we can see through the eye, which is visible to the eye, it is composed of bony as well as cartilaginous part. The bony part is mainly the nasal bone, and the nasal part of the frontal bone, while the cartilaginous part is the septal cartilages, lesser alar cartilage, greater alar cartilage. As far as the blood supply of the external nose is concerned, the skin of the external nose is supplied by branches of ophthalmic and maxillary arteries. The skin of the ala and the lower part of the septum are supplied by branches of the facial artery. So basically, the ophthalmic artery, which is a branch of internal carotid artery, maxillary artery, one of the terminal branch of external carotid artery, and facial artery, which is one of the branch of the external carotid artery. It supplies the external nose. The nerve supply of the external nose is to the infratrochlear and external nasal branches of ophthalmic nerve. Ophthalmic division of the trigeminal nerve. Ophthalmic nerve is a branch of trigeminal nerve, left cranial nerve, and the infraorbital branch of the maxillary nerve. So this was about the external nose, the nose which is visible to the eye, and the framework of the external nose, the nerve supply, the blood supply. What about the interior of the nose, which is known as the nasal cavity? So the nasal cavity has, since it is a cavity, so it has a floor, it has a roof. This one is the roof. This is the floor. It has lateral wall that is visible. This is the lateral wall of the nasal cavity. This one is the roof of the nasal cavity. This roof has a sloping part in the front, the transverse part in the middle, and then again the sloping part, and this is the floor. And you can see this one is the lateral part of the nose, the lateral wall of the nose. The medial wall is actually the partition between the two nasal cavity, that is the nasal septum. So nasal septum is the medial wall. And in the lateral wall, you can see these are shelves, bony projections. These bony projections, they are known as concha or turbinates. So they are three in number: superior turbinate, middle turbinate, inferior turbinate. And these bony shelves, they have spaces which are known as meatus, and different sinuses they open into these meatus. So the roof of the nasal cavity, it is formed interiorly beneath the bridge of the nose by the nasal and frontal bones. So in front you can see the nasal bone and the frontal bone, they form the interior part of the roof of the nasal cavity. In the middle by the cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone. So here is the cribriform plate of the ethmoid bone in the middle cranial fossa, which has multiple perforations. That is why it is known as cribriform. And this forms the middle part of the roof of the nasal cavity. And posteriorly by the downward sloping body of the sphenoid bone. So this is the posterior part of the nasal cavity, and this is formed by the sphenoid bone. So interior part of the roof is formed by the nasal bone, middle part by the clavicle plate of the ethmoid bone, and posterior by the sphenoid bone. While the floor is formed by this hard pellet, the palatine bone. The medial wall, as we have discussed, it is formed by the nasal septum. This nasal septum divides the nasal cavity into right and left halls. It has bony and cartilaginous parts. Just like external framework of the nose, again the septum has bony and cartilaginous parts. Nasal septum consists of perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone. This perpendicular plate of the ethmoid bone and the umber bone and the septal cartilage. So this form the nasal septum. The lateral wall, as we have discussed, it has bony shelves in the name of conchi or turbinates. We have superior, we have middle, we have inferior turbinate. The space below each concha is called a meatus. And different sinuses. Sinus, what is sinus? It is actually a cavity in the bone. That is the sinus. So different sinuses open into these meatuses. In the inferior meatus, the nasolacrimal duct. In the middle meatus, maxillary sinus, frontal sinus, and inferior ethmoid sinus. Superior meatus, posterior ethmoid sinus, and sphenoethmoidal recess, sphenoid sinus. So these sinuses they open into these meatuses. The blood supply to the nasal cavity is branches of the maxillary artery, which is one of the terminal branches of external carotid artery. The most important branch is sphenopalatine artery. The sphenopalatine artery anastomoses with the septal branch of the superior labial branch of the facial artery in the region of the vestibule. The submucous venous plexus is drained by veins that accompany the arteries. Nerve supply is basically spatial sensation and general sensation. The spatial sensation is of the nose is basically a sense of smell. Sense of smell. So the sense of smell is carried by olfactory nerves. And olfactory nerves, they from the olfactory mucous membrane, ascend to the crepiform plate of the ethmoid bone to the olfactory bulbs. The nerve of the ordinary sensation, the general sensation, pain, touch, temperature, etc., they are to the ophthalmic division and the maxillary division of the trigeminal nerves. As far as the lymphatic drainage of the nasal cavity is concerned, the lymph vessels draining the vestibule and the submandibular nodes. The remainder of the nasal cavity is drained by the vessel that pass to the upper deep cervical nodes. So this was about the nose and the nasal cavity. Now what about the paranasal sinuses? So what are they actually? They are cavities found in the interior of the maxilla. Maxilla, of course, maxilla is one of the bone. So the cavity inside the maxilla is known as maxillary sinus. Then in the interior of the frontal bone, which is known as the this one, which is known as the frontal sinus. In the interior of the sphenoid, known as sphenoid sinus, and it might bone sinus. So they are the maxilla, frontal, sphenoid, and ethmoid bones. They are lined with mucoperiosteum ear. Since it's a cavity, so this cavity is filled with ear. They communicate with the nasal cavity through relatively small apertures. The mucus produced by the mucous membrane is moved into the nose by the ciliary action of the columnar cells. Drainage of the mucus is also achieved by the siphonation created during the blowing of the nose. So what are the function of these sinuses? They are resonator of the voice. They also reduce the skull's weight.